Hello, everyone. Jim Biringer back again, NHLRumors.com. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're talking about the Vancouver Canucks, the offseason that is for them, and the comments that Jim Rutherford, Patrick Allvin made over the last couple of days after their year-end press conferences. Let's begin with Quinn Hughes and the fact that Jim Rutherford admitted first time publicly that the Hughes brothers want to play together. Now, it's been a subtle thing that everybody kind of knew that the Hughes brothers wanted to play together. Jack, Luke, and Quinn. Quinn Hughes is the captain of the Vancouver Canucks, has a couple seasons left on his deal. Luke Hughes and Jack Hughes are members of the New Jersey Devils. Jack and Quinn Hughes were going to play at the Four Nations till Quinn got hurt. But the fact of the matter is that he said, whether it's in Vancouver or someplace else, that it was going to happen. And then he brought in, he's like, well, maybe it'll happen here in Vancouver. Well, Luke Hughes is an RFA, and the Devils control his rights. And he can't be offer sheeted, so that can't happen. And Jack Hughes is locked in long term. And the New Jersey Devils are not trading two cornerstone pieces of their team. And the only way that Quinn Hughes is playing with his brothers is in New Jersey when he is a free agent in 2027. He can't even negotiate until July 1st of 2026. And the Canucks are going to have to make a decision, right? They're going to need a message. They're going to need an exorcism like we saw with the Winnipeg Jets. What is the message of this team? What is the direction of this team? And it has to be presented to Quinn Hughes so he can buy in. Thatcher Demko, what are they going to do with him? We know what they did with Kevin Lankinen. They gave him a new 5-year extension. Is Thatcher Demko expendable? What are they going to do with Elias Pettersson? We clearly see that there's a chance that he could get traded in the offseason, right? Or before his no trade clause, no movement clause kicks in, right? $11.6 million before July 1st. Maybe somebody will bite. Somebody bites at the draft before no trade protection kicks in. I mean, they did try to trade him before the trade deadline to the Carolina Hurricanes and try to get Marty Necas. It didn't happen. They tried to do it again before they signed the extension. According to Elliot Friedman, there are people, especially Jim Rutherford, believes in Elias Pettersson. That's why they gave him that 8-year contract. They moved out JT Miller already. Brock Besser's a UFA. Doesn't sound like he's coming back. So the Vancouver Canucks have a lot of issues, not to mention Rick Tocchet, the head coach. They're not picking up the team option on him. Though negotiations are going well, he is yet to sign an extension with the Vancouver Canucks, and he's been linked to the Philadelphia Flyers, New York Rangers, and various other markets for their head coaching position. Does he want to stay there? So everything is lining up, and there's a lot of turmoil with the Vancouver Canucks. Their drafting, developing has not been great, near the bottom of the league. Similar to what we see with the Rangers. It's not really that good. So there needs to be a message. And look, open and honest, candid moments. Jim Rutherford was very honest. He needs to see more from Elias Pettersson. He needs more work from Elias Pettersson. He needs to have a better offseason, come into shape. There was issues between him and JT Miller. There was an incident. There's been multiple incidents. Winning covers a lot. Injuries didn't help the Vancouver Canucks this season. So what happens? Well, they're going to have to look to see what direction they go in, and they're going to have to see who is going to buy in to this season. Who's going to be on this team? What do they want to do? Because ever since they made the Stanley Cup final, there's been a lot of turmoil with this team, and players don't want to stay. They've said things from the beginning of the season, like even go to the Brock Besser situation. We're still evaluating him. If you don't know what you've had for the last couple of years, if not more, from Brock Besser, and you know what you're going to get, that means he's not coming back. You could have traded him at the deadline, and they didn't. They needed to hold on to him because they were in a playoff race. It didn't work out. Quinn Hughes was injured. He comes back. They all failed. But the Canucks have to look in the mirror because they didn't win the JT Miller trade. They're not going to win an Elias Pettersson trade. If they reset this entire thing, Quinn Hughes is gone. And Rutherford made the comments to the Globe and Mail back in January. If they go down a rebuild, Quinn Hughes is not staying. So the comments about Luke and Jack Hughes was to appease the Canucks fan base to get this guy to stay. He probably isn't going to stay. Does Thatcher Demko stay? Like, the Vancouver Canucks are at a crossroads right now, what they need to do. They need to figure out who they are, what they are, and go from there. Because if they don't, this is going to end badly. And with the way they've been drafting and developing, this could be a long, long road back as teams like the Calgary Flames, San Jose Sharks, and Anaheim Ducks, not to mention the Seattle Kraken, are right there. So the Canucks have a lot of things to work on this offseason. Look, there's going to be a lot of noise about Quinn Hughes. There's going to be a lot of noise about Elias Pettersson. They got to get the coach settled. They got to have a message and they got to get whatever's in that room out of that room. Similar to what we saw in Winnipeg, you keep Connor Hellebuck, you keep Kyle Connor, you keep Mark Scheifele. The Winnipeg Jets are one of the best teams in the National Hockey League. The Vancouver Canucks can be like that, but they are not doing things the right way. And if you move on from Miller and Pettersson, it's the Roberto Luongo and Corey Schneider situation all over again. And it seems like the Vancouver Canucks are about to make the same mistake twice. Jim Biringer, NHLRumors.com. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Take care. We'll be back again real soon.